And now for another episode of Timekeepers, helping you make better decisions with your time. I'd like to welcome you, George Anastasopoulos, back into our studio. Thanks for being here.
Well, thank you for having me back, Jessica.
Now, today we wanted to talk about excuses.
Oh, yes.
Everyone has lots of excuses about why they can't find the time to do something. What do you say about that?
Well, you know what? We all do have a van load of excuses when it comes to time. You know, I can't, make the time to do this. I can't find the time to do that. Well, quite honestly, no, you can't make the time to do something because unless you figured out a way to slow the Earth's rotation to make more time, that's just not going to happen. Or how about, I can't spend the time on these things? Well, we've spoken about spending before. And so if we spend time, it's a transaction. We're expecting something in return, and quite honestly, I hope you get a good deal. But how about finding the time? Oh, but wait, we may be onto something there.
Okay, so you do think there's a way to find time. Go on.
Okay, I do. And so here's the thinking process around that. So let's, as an example, use, I want to lose 5 pounds. Where do I go looking to lose this 5 pounds? It's easy enough to just say I'm going to jump into a diet or perhaps, cut out carbohydrates from my eating habits. But the best way to start is to pay attention to and notice what I'm eating now, how much of it I'm eating, when I'm eating it. And as a consequence of that, I can make decisions around the best way to modify my eating habits so that in fact I can lose those 5 pounds.
Right, okay. And then how will that help us with time?
Great question. So there's 3 steps to figuring out how to move forward with this concept. The first one is to identify our priority categories. And most of us will have probably 3 and possibly a 4th priority category. What are they? Well, quite honestly, they're work, they're probably family, they're probably me, and then there might be another one such as, volunteer time or what I'm giving back to the community, United Way, things of that nature, my church. And so the first step is to identify those broad priority categories. The second step is to identify the next level. In other words, the activity areas within each one of those categories that I'm spending my time in, the principal activity areas. For example, at work, if I'm a sales manager, then I may have, say, 3 or 4 or 5 activity areas, such as spending time with my people, my manager, administration, reports, and so forth. And then a column called All Other to capture all other time in my work that isn't part of those areas. And the third thing we need to do is to capture that time in 30-minute increments. And so that we're allocating our time based on how much of those 30 minutes are going to the various areas. Once we've done that, now we're able to look at this and say, I am now measuring my time and I can find where it is.
And you have a better accurate picture of where you're starting from and where you want to go.
Precisely. And so there's lots of apps to download from the internet. I don't have a particular preference. I build your own spreadsheet, and if you're interested to know how to build that spreadsheet, just call me.
All right, let's put those tips up on the board. We have 3 tips to help you find more time in your day. For more information, you can go to leadershipfundamentals.com.